Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 80 of Off the Menu Podcast. It's your boy, Moose, and I'm joined with my brother here, Tay. Not going to say anything. And then we are joined with a very special guest, very special guest, everybody. Tien, designer, entrepreneur, big stepper, a guy that makes things look cool. 175 New Game Plus in Elden Ring, and going crazy. Still can't do it right now. Still can't do it. Yeah. Something, though.
That wasn't bad, dude.
You know, I always get
Go get a big stepper going crazy.
At least I remembered some of it. Shit. Boo Boo will be back soon. And then I'll never have to do it again.
Every week is like a different part of it, too. It's like 1 week you say go getter, and then you'll go into it, and then entrepreneur, and then go into it, and then going crazy.
It's just...
You do it separately.
Just my weeks have been crazy, man.
Yeah. It makes sense.
Work has been crazy, man. I can't think. Should look at my calendar. But either way, thank you for joining us on the show, Tien. How are you?
Yeah, man, of course. Chilling. I don't know. I've never done this before.
Dude, honestly.
You good. We'll get into the video games and stuff after we learn a little bit about you.
Of course.
We'll make it easy. We'll talk about some movies, your favorite movies and shit. But thank you guys for tuning in. Episode 80 Off the Menu Podcast. We have offline Tien offline.
Yes,
Offline.
sir.
That's why no one knows anything about him. He's always offline. But you can find him on Elden Ring for sure.
Elden Ring, Rainbow
PvP?
Six.
Rainbow Six?
Yeah,
How are you at Rainbow Six?
pretty ass. I'm pretty trash. I just love.
You just love the
playing
shooting. That's how I feel when I play Valorant. Like I'm trash compared to all my homies. Like they're like 4 levels above me, but I'm like the one that feels in the spot. And they're like, "Hey, come play." I'm like, "Oh man, I'm gonna get my ass whooped again. I'm gonna get 4 kills, 20 deaths, and like 2 assists."
See, that's how I was with CS:GO. Like I was just the fill dude, you know, the 5th player. But Siege, I don't know. It might be like self-harm because like I'm ass and I don't have like anyone to queue with, but I just keep doing it.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
a masochist.
Okay, you're not ass then. You don't know if you're actually ass until you play with 5 people, and then you're like, "Fuck, dude, my homies are good." That's how you know when you're
That
ass
is
at
true.
something. That's literally me when I play games with all my homies. They're like, "Come play League, come play Valorant." I'm like, why do you guys make me do this shit? Like, I love playing games with y'all, but man, I'd be getting mopped. Let's play in a gold lobby.
You guys play everything, though.
No, that's only 2 games I played. I played TFT, and that's it.
That's it?
That's it.
Valorant?
I play Valorant like occasionally when like they need a 5th. I'm the guy that's like bottom of the barrel. They're scraping up the scraps, and they're like, "Hey, come play games with us." I'm like, I know what this is, guys. You guys have no one to play with, but I'll play.
That's the opposite of me. They had to ask me to play, but I'm the fucking best. I'm just kidding. I'm very average, but sometimes I just pop off. But I don't play shooter games anymore.
Yeah,
Even
but
though-
were you good at Overwatch?
I was all right. Like I was really shitty starting out, like how everybody is. But my brother was like kind of showing me how to play, and I was telling these guys, I was like, it feels like football, you know. I'm not gonna explain it because I don't know how to explain sports like that. But then either way, like we just like played every week, and I was not too bad. I was like a good support, if anything.
That's me. I'm a support. I'm more a main.
Support or tank. That's
Yeah.
me.
Don't ask me to do anything else but not heal you, but I'll get some kills with the healer.
No, dude, I heal everybody. If I'm not doing shit, I'm just sitting there, just fucking Lucio, my guy. You know, he's fucking roller skating on these bitches, and I'm just healing them the whole time. And then the best I can do is just stay alive. That's it.
That's your main, Lucio?
That Lucio or fucking Lucio and Diva.
Diva's
But then
fire.
I went with I was like playing around with a bunch of people, but those are like my 2 consistent. And then Junkrat, I was nasty. And then I don't know what happened, but I just got super shitty. Like I was just losing every single game. After that, I was like, I gotta switch up.
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't know how you play CS:GO because that shit. Like I didn't know how many cheaters there were. Like my first like PC game was Valorant. So getting into that was like weird. And then we got bored for a little, and then we started. They're like, come play Counter-Strike with us. 2 came out, and I was like, okay, I'll play with y'all. And then every game we played in, there was a fucking hacker or fucking cheater. Every single game.
See, I haven't even played the new one yet, like at all. Like I used to, I just played the old one. It was like a couple years back, but I was buns. I was so bad, and I was like playing on my laptop, so it was like with the trackpad, like not even like a mouse
Oh, shit.
or anything.
So you're not bad at games. You're just using the trackpad. That might be it.
Yeah, but the thing is, I can't use a mouse either. Like,
really?
Dude, I get worse when I use a mouse. It's like so crazy.
I can't. I don't PC game because of that.
Really?
Like I would like, and plus I don't have a strong enough PC. But I was never encouraged to because I hate that feeling.
Yeah, dude. My left hand is stupid. You know, I can't really do much of it. Like it's kind of useless sometimes. I open a door every once in a while with it, but that's really it. That's literally that's how stupid my left hand is. Yeah.
Damn.
But then like I started playing on keyboard and mouse and like WASD. I'm gonna tell you right now, this is how bad it is for me to play with a keyboard and mouse. Is that I can't really use a keyboard except for moving up and down, left and right. That I bought an MMO mouse. MMO mouse is like so you have like 16 buttons on the side, so you can shortcut all your stuff.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I use that to play Valorant. So everything, all my skills are on my mouse.
Yeah, see, that makes more sense, but
Yeah, that's how bad I am with my left hand. I made everything make sure it's a thumb away.
I'm just a console gamer, man. That always happened.
Yeah. But let's go ahead and get into the episode. We'll start off the question: who are you and what do you do?
Yeah, my name is Tien. I just make things look good. That's really it. I just design.
Make them look really good.
Yeah, really good.
Dude, it's amazing. That's why I feel like I was looking on your feed, and I feel like you just did a lot of shit, like for a long time, like, and you're super, super experienced, and then you come in the door, and you're like a young guy. I'm like, what the fuck, man? And he's so nasty, dude. The designs are fucking nasty. Check them out.
Man, I appreciate that. That's like, thank you, I guess.
It's like y'all hyping me up too much. Hold on.
Yeah, no, facts. I don't know what to do with it.
Yeah, that's all it is. So you don't know what to do with it, but we're here. The platform is to make sure we're giving the flowers out and letting you know that you're doing dope shit. You know what you're doing around the city and what you've been doing for years too. You're like the boogeyman of the design world. My cousin Bobby and all these guys.
That's nasty.
They like always talked about you because like I was like, how do you guys like get your shit like that? And like, oh man, Tien showed us a shit. I'm like, what the hell? Like, who's this guy Tien? And I just barely met you for the first time, just 2 months ago, about a month ago, if anything.
Yeah, well, nah. I feel like we like run.
We
into
probably
each
crossed
other.
paths,
Yeah,
but we've never officially met. That was
Yeah.
really it. Like the first time we met was at Bobby's, Laos wedding, and they were like, I was like, oh, you're Tien? What's up? And I introduced myself, and you're like, yeah. And I was like, we got to have you on the podcast, and then but literally, like I said, over the last few years, we've been doing like clothing and stuff. You've been the boogeyman of like in my world, like everyone knows who you are, but I didn't know who you were. So yeah.
And I just recently found out about it because it's kind of true, dude. I was like, I couldn't put a face to the name.
Yeah.
For a fat minute. Or actually until today. So I was like, shit. Yeah, this guy's fucking just the best fucking graphic designer, dude. I'm gonna be hyping him up like crazy, bro. That shit's nuts.
Just so you know, he might fall in love with you before the end of the episode. So
platonically though.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
I got that effect on people.
Ooh, that's a lover boy, dude. You got that aura of him.
I was gonna say, I was thinking about it while you were talking about it. I was like, damn, his hair's long. And I can't grow out my hair like that and look fucking normal. Fucking crazy. So yeah, I am jealous of that. So we're gonna be talking about that too. Shit.
What, the long hair?
Oh,
you
bro,
can do it,
it's
bro.
Glorious. Well, I had to do it in a very specific way. Like sides had to be somewhat shorter than the top, and I've never let it get past here. I don't think ever.
No.
Yeah. So we'll see. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We'll see what happens. Maybe he'll inspire you to get it there.
Mm-hmm. And actually, just wanted to get back to like the design part too, because I noticed that you worked with like brands like Felt. Like, how did that come about?
Yeah, Felt was 2017, I think, was when I got linked with them, and then that was through Talmadge. So shout out Talmadge because he was shooting like lookbooks for him like early on because the brand was still like new in 2017. I think they came up just a couple years before that, but he was shooting like the early lookbooks for him, and Kosa, who's the owner of Felt, he was just looking for like an intern, like little designer kid, whatever. And Talmadge put my name in the mix, and then that's it. It just happened. Yeah, dropped out of college and everything, and I just went to New York.
Dude, I would have did the same thing.
That's such a crazy story that you just like how old are you?
I'm 28.
28. Okay, same age then.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like when you're just telling me the story, like you dropped out of college and stuff, I was like, man, I would have been way past like where I would have been in school and stuff. And then when hearing like you get to live a lot of us that are like trying to come up, make a clothing brand, and you just drop everything and go do something like that. That's pretty dope. You know, especially at a young age where you're like, do I want to finish school? Do I need to finish school? And then boom, you get an opportunity like that, and then you get a link up with Felt of all companies, and then the way they've like exploded over the last few years is crazy. That you were there, you know, from the almost the beginning,
the jump,
yeah.
Because that blows my mind. I'm like, when you're in college and you don't want to be there, you're waiting for the golden ticket to get out, like. And then when you're waiting and you're like, oh shit, I want some shit to happen, but like that's like hitting the lottery for sure.
Yeah, bro, like that was exactly what it was. Because I was like, I didn't want to really go to college at all. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, I don't know, like getting a degree for like something like graphic design is like kind of useless in like a lot of respects. Like no, you know what I'm saying? To anybody that got one, but. Yeah, so I was just like in school and I was like, I'm not gonna go for graphic design. So I was like jumping around majors. And I was like, dude, I don't want to do this shit. Plus, it's expensive as fuck.
It's expensive as fuck. Like, yeah, I was in exactly the same boat. But then my homie Mikey was just like, yeah, why don't you do something design? I was like, my parents would never let me go to school for design. So I did this stupid major. It was like business. No, it was business, computer graphics. And I was like, what the fuck is even that? But then I was like, it has two of them in there. Why didn't I fucking go for it? And I had no idea what I was doing. But the funny thing is, I never got past the fucking generals. I was like, I got to do this shit again before I can do the fun shit? So I was struggling.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, college is weird, bro, because it was like, same thing. Because I didn't make it, because like you have to do the generals first or whatever, and then you have to get like admitted into the school or whatever it was.
Into the course, whatever.
Yeah, I didn't even make it that far, bro.
Me neither.
Yeah.
I found a soul brother.
At least you guys made it to college. I didn't make it that far, dude. I dropped out right after middle school.
You weren't missing out on anything.
Yeah. According to you guys, I didn't miss out on much.
Nah, not really.
Yeah.
Well, except for high school.
Well, yeah.
I don't know if I missed out a lot in high school. I would have just.
High school was fun.
High school was fun, but then my lifestyle didn't match up with being in high school. It was either like I was too involved in gangs, or like gangs were just always in my life, no matter what age period I was in. You know, and that wasn't a choice. It's just the last name, the family, all that stuff. That was not. School wasn't a safe place for me. I tell you guys the story all the time. When I went to West High my first day, they made me take off my shirt into security.
Yes.
You know, how often does that happen? That doesn't happen to a lot of students, but because of my last name, it got tied into me being a gang affiliated. So, just being in Utah wasn't easy.
Kid, man. Yeah.
No, right? That's crazy.
Yeah, it's so crazy.
It wasn't easy to have our last name and be able to jump around schools here.
Oh, that makes sense. I mean, I was like, West Jordan, they're like, oh, I knew your brother. That's like,
the standard, the golden boy.
Yeah. He's like, he actually did his homework. I'm like, I know.
And you were in the hallway b-boying.
I was. Kids. Yeah. I didn't get good grades, but I did actually.
But you made it through.
Yeah. I got respect. I had street cred. So.
I did too. But our street creds are two different street creds. Before we talk about street cred.
You're just like, it's like, take your shirt off. Mine is like, hey, I see you in the dance room sometimes.
So let's go back and get into it. So let's go into how you got into graphic design.
I was bored. That's really all it was. I mean, my dad's a graphic designer. Oh. But yeah, like he never really like pushed me to do it or anything like that. Like I would just like be around him while he was like working or like doing creative things, and I was like, you know what, I kind of fuck with that.
Yeah,
like that's pretty cool.
That's cool.
And then so we had one laptop as a family, and like everybody did their homework on it, whatever. And I would hog that thing, bro, and it had like the cracked Adobe suite on it.
Yeah.
So I just started fucking around and posting shit on Tumblr. And like way back, like I don't know, like 2010, 2011, I was just like doing goofy ass little like edits and shits and like throwing them up, and people were fucking with it. And that's when I was like, okay, you know what, I can make money off of this.
Dude, no, I was a big Tumblr boy. I told these guys all the time because it was like, Tumblr was I guess in the best way I could put it is like the TikTok before TikTok in a way, but it was like everything because it was endless scrolling. You can scroll for days. Even if you weren't following very many people, it would just give you shit that you liked. And I'm like, I would like to say that hopefully our paths crossed, at least in the Tumblr realm. But yeah, I was hardcore into it, man. I was like every day, so much shit. And also it was fun. Oh my God.
Tumblr was like crack, dude.
Yeah, it was.
Like I'd hop on right after school and I'd be just stuck on that thing till like ever.
Dude, especially being a K-pop fan, one of the best times to be a K-pop fan. So much G-Dragon stuff or like Big Bang stuff, like hidden stuff. I was like, I saw these old dance videos. I'm sure they're on YouTube now, but back then, I was like, when I was on there, oh my God, it was so sick. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was late to Tumblr. I was actually late to social media, if anything. I was always into YouTube, but really social media wasn't like my forte. Like I had a Tumblr, like everyone had a Tumblr for like 4 or 5 years before I even jumped on the mine. And when I jumped on the mine, I was like, why do we use this?
Entertainment.
Yeah.
Inspiration.
My entertainment at the time was like I would rewatch the same movie over and over. That's my entertainment.
I'll do the same
versus
thing.
I'm still like against endless scrolling, but I have to do it now because it's part of the job to find new people, new guests to talk to, or like to get inspired by stuff. And then, but yeah, back in the day, if I saw the homies doing, I'm like, dude, you guys are whack, dude. What do you guys keep doing this? Like, we're at a party, you guys are scrolling on Tumblr. What are you guys doing? That's how Tumblr took effect on people. It was like crack.
It was like TikTok and Pinterest.
Yeah,
that's exactly
what there you go.
And Pornhub.
And Pornhub. You was getting crazy, like,
bro.
It would just be like a gif of like someone getting back shots.
Yeah.
It was crazy too. It was like a deep cut. Like you might never see this again. And now we never will.
Yeah, now you never will.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had some homies that
fucking Yahoo.
We had some homies on Tumblr that were just so crazy that I'd be scared to be with them in public if they were on it because that shit, I know what's coming up. I know what's next.
There was a certain point, when you're 17 and you're like, yeah, my Tumblr's more just for me.
I was like, is that a bukkake? Dude, we're at McDonald's. What do you? what is going on? And you know you have those homies that were just like that was their feed.
If your friend has like a import model as his wallpaper, that's definitely that guy. And we all have those friends. We all know those. Because his face in the back.
She's like, wait, I have an import model.
She's like, she's like, no.
So you got into design really young. Then that's really cool that you kind of just picked that up. Like what you weren't even told to do, you just kind of picked it up. You're like, oh man, I can actually do this. So that's pretty dope. When did you like start taking it like really serious though? Like right after high school?
Probably still like during high school.
Mm-hmm.
It was like. Because, like, on Tumblr, it was, like, I was starting to get, like, rappers and, like, other people, like, reach out to me and shit. And they were like, yo,
really?
like, like, make a little, or at least, like, rappers that were kind of big at the time, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, and they'd hit me up and they're like, yo, this shit was hard. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, do one of me. Because I would do, like, these, you guys have probably seen them. But it's just, like, a photo of, like, one of the artists. Like back then, it was, like, A$AP Rocky or, like, Earl Sweatshirt, Tyler, the Creator. And then you kind of, like, paint over it and, like, make it look like their faces are melting or, like, whatever. Like, yeah, and then you just... Like, that was one of the first type of things that, like, people would like, really fuck with. So, like, when I would wake up in the morning, I'm, like, 16, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, what the fuck? This got, like, 1,000 reposts. Like, this is crazy,
Yeah.
Yeah, but then they'd start hitting me up on, like, Tumblr, and they're like, yo, make me an edit. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, like, give me, like, $25. Give me, like, $30. You know what I'm saying? And then I'd get a couple of those a week, and I'm like, okay. Yeah, no, I can make a bag off this, like...
Damn, that's
I would rather do that than do a job,
Yeah.
Because, like, I think I was working at, like... My first job was, like, Burlington Coat Factory. That shit sucked. That shit was ass.
Dude, every time I walk into one of those, I'm like, how do you guys survive?
Dude, it's a fucking tornado in there. It's
Every
disgusting.
day?
It's so crazy. Like everything, I just imagine doing like go backs there, and he's like, boom. It's like, where does everything go?
Oh, dude, I don't want to think about it.
And it's not even just clothing too. That's what's crazy.
You got shoes, you got luggage, you got furniture.
They had everything. And bro, people were just belligerent in there. I would like see them like pick shit up, and they're like looking at it, and they're like, oh, nice. And they just drop it and then walk away. And I'm like, yo, dude.
Did you get any like cool cops there? Like was there any cool clothes that just randomly ended up out of Burlington? Because sometimes they do.
Yeah, they do. Like back then, like LRG was big, so we was getting, like they had a bunch of LRG. I'm trying to think of the other ones. It was like a bunch of like those Karma Loop type brands, right? That everyone was like super into.
I remember I found a Staple jacket, and at the time it was really cool. I think it was 2013. It was a Staple varsity jacket. But I was broke. So I was like, I can't buy this. I can't even afford this right now. So I had to let it go.
Damn, you should have just hit me up.
I could have.
Yeah.
This was when I was in Ogden, though.
Yeah, you could have just hit me up.
Damn, well, we're too late now. Shit. And was that when you're like, you said 16?
Yeah, probably around then.
Definitely Karmaloop days then.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, huh?
Plunder.
What was it?
Plunder?
Oh my god.
Fuck. I totally forgot about that one.
Yeah. Yeah, I was on Karmaloop every day trying to figure out the new styles to put together and stuff. I was in the early phases of like hundreds and diamond and 10 deep.
Yeah.
That was my wear. I always had a 10 deep varsity jacket. I always had a 100 shirt. I always had like a diamond shirt. Always the exclusive holiday shit too. And then then I was on they were like, why do you always buy it in store? Why don't you just buy it on Karmaloop? And I was like, dude, I don't trust the internet. During that time I didn't trust like being on the computer and buying stuff. And then I got into Karmaloop so bad. I was like buying the fucking good wood necklaces and shit. I was like, bro, how the fuck they get me wearing a wooden necklace, dude? Fucking that shit was whack too. I don't know. When you look back at the time, I thought it was dope. But then I look back at my pictures, I'm like, I wore a wooden necklace with a fucking lion on it.
Bro,
I think it could come back.
Those things were crazy. I had like 6 of them. Like you had the Jesus one, of course,
dude.
but then you'd have them in like different colors. So you have like the natural wood, and then you have like the black one, and then the red one, the blue one. Yeah.
Sometimes you wear them all at the same time.
Yeah. And the Tisa hats, the Tisa snapback.
Oh yeah, Tisa hats. Those were. I can't believe how crazy that shit like got and then fell off so fast.
Yeah.
Like
true.
Taz Arnold, I was like, wait, what happened to him? And I remember that whole year that shit was popping. Every rapper on it, everyone on Tumblr had it, and I was like, man, I want to get me a hat too. Then I looked at it, I was like, man, that's expensive for a hat. Because I wore fitteds all the time, so like going from a new era to a Tisa hat, and I was like, I don't get it. And now doing clothing and stuff, I'm like, I get it now. I get what they're trying to do and what they did. But really, he needs to get studied because I don't know how his like disappeared so fast.
It happens a lot. Like fucking what is it? Black scale.
No, okay. Black scale just took a. It's not for everyone. I wore a lot of black scale. I still have black scale stuff. But
it was like high, and then
it's just because like the dark image that black scale portrays.
Yeah, like
they even came back and like they still release stuff all the time.
They do. They're still doing their thing. Yeah. That's true.
Yeah, it's just like I don't wear diamond or really wear the hundreds anymore. Everyone's style grows out of it.
I don't know. I still buy 100 stuff anytime they do Looney Tunes.
Oh, see, yeah, but that's how they captivate you.
Anytime they get a fucking, I want a Warner Brothers license so bad. Like they made me want one because I was like, just let me do something, please.
They would just give you a pinky in the brain.
Pinky in the brain, I'm cool with.
Yeah,
that's Maddie and I.
Okay,
I'm not gonna say who's who.
Well, I know who you are.
No, you're gonna fucking agree with her.
Well, no, it wouldn't be agreeing. It's just like you're Pinky. There's nothing else to think about it. You're Pinky. Just like I would say, if you compared me and Amy in this relationship, you would call me Pinky, and then she would be the brain.
No, you're the brain.
Oh, okay, never mind. There we go.
Have you?
Never mind. I thought
it's because the noises you make. The closest thing that.
Oh, that's true. You be making something like outrageous. You're like, fuck.
Have you ever seen Sifu lose a bet?
Yeah, I see it every day.
She yells fuck, and then she goes, sits down and just like this for a sec, and then she's normal.
Chill out. Okay, I get it. Okay, I'm the brain.
There you go.
But yeah, so you started doing all the design stuff. You knew that you could do it on Tumblr, and like you were that's crazy because like I didn't even know that you could even make money off that stuff early on. Like I didn't really get into like graphic. I still am learning graphic design now, like trying to figure all that stuff out. But if you had to look back in the day, like you were going through loops to learn stuff because YouTube wasn't really much of a platform to really learn on. So how did you really like? Did you have like classes that you were taking or something, or did you just get it in the bag and you're like, okay, I get it, I got to figure this out?
I mean, so it was like early YouTube, so there was like still like a couple videos, like, but I was in a bunch of like these like weird like Adobe forums or like whatever. Like I just like I don't know, finesse my way into a bunch of these random like chat boards or whatever about like design, and so like it was cool. Or like back then, what did they have? It was like Yahoo Ask and like what whatever those other shits are, like Ask Jeeves or like whatever. And I would just ask some shit on there, wait for someone to reply. You know what I'm saying? I'm like Yahoo answers. I'm like, yo, how do I take a background off of this photo and make it look good?
Yeah.
And then I just have to sit there and wait for like 2 days until some random guy wants to reply on Yahoo Answers. Crazy.
I forget that those forums existed like that.
Yeah,
because it's true. I mean, that's what people use Reddit for now.
Yeah, it was like pre-Reddit too, like Reddit, and like there were like specific forums written because I was on a sneaker forum too. I was in the same sneaker forum that Richie Lee and them were in.
Oh, really?
It was a Northwest one because that's where like all the
Seattle boys.
Seattle boys and Portland boys would like go out there and like trade sneakers and sell stuff. I was on that forum.
That makes sense.
They'll be like, "Oh, we're pulling up to your school with like stolen sneakers. Come buy it." That's how crazy that forum is. Yeah.
Oh my god. The closest thing was like I was on those forums where they have like Dragon Ball Z, like people making Dragon Ball Z. Arba is like Super Saiyan 5, Super Saiyan fucking 7, like
the fake stuff.
I was on the fake shit. I was like the only forum I think I was like fucking with at least. I was like, yeah, this shit's tight. But I was a fucking nerd.
So how was your experience moving to New York though? And like or actually let's talk about this. Growing up in an Asian household, how did your parents take it first? And then how did you like live out your life there?
Yeah, my mom was not happy. I mean, like she was already pissed that I was going to like college for like whatever graphic design or like multidisciplinary because that's what it was like before I left. Yeah, she was already pissed. She was like, "You need to go do business or something, like be a lawyer." But my dad was pretty chill with it because he was, he's a graphic designer, and he just worked in like firms and stuff, so he was just kind of like pretty chill with it. But I already told my mom because like I didn't tell her until probably after we were like partway through the semester, and but it was like early enough that I could get my money back.
Oh, right? Okay, yeah.
So I like hit up the office, got my money back and everything, and then I told my mom, and at that point, like I'm already withdrawn out of classes, so there was like nothing really she could do. So she was just like, okay, well you go for like 6 months or like a year, and then you come back and you got to finish your degree. Like there's, like I'll let you take a break or whatever, but like you're not about to not get a college degree.
Was she like proud that you're at least going for a job?
No, I don't even think she's proud of me now.
No? Mom, he's fucking sick, man.
He's dope. Let him do it.
Just show her that part. She's fucking amazing, Mom. What the hell?
He's cooking.
Let him cook.
Yeah. Nah, she is, but she don't like telling like other people that I'm a designer.
What you do, yeah.
We all get it.
I get it all the time, man. Like it's not a position that you tell your family. It's like, oh, your son's a podcaster. Your son's. It's like. Then they go check me out, and then I'm like, yeah, dicks. Like, what the hell are they talking about?
That's why my mom doesn't know I have a podcast. She's like, you have a talk show?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, Mom. But
she might love it though. She gets to learn more about you. You know what? You don't live with her anymore, so she's probably like, I miss him. I'm gonna go check up on him.
She does think I'm funny. Like whenever we're at the house, she's all like, he's always saying something.
She don't even understand half the shit you saying.
No. She gets it. She got a good sense of humor. She's funny too.
Yeah.
That's how my mom is, but she's a lot louder than I am. Mm-hmm. But she's in a room, she's entertaining everybody.
Yeah.
She's like, shoot. She loves doing that.
She got like octopus arms. She'd be cooking like 10 things at one time. Like boom, 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 boom. Like she should be on MasterChef.
We also thought, but here's the thing too. We used to watch a lot of Food Channel. Mm-hmm. But she didn't like the competition shit. She's like,
you're definitely your mother's son.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Damn it. Damn it.
You're definitely much more like her than I thought.
I'm a lot like her.
Yeah.
I cook, I clean. Well, when I do clean, I could be better.
Yeah.
But yeah, for sure. I hate to admit it, though, because my sister is like the hands-on one.
Yeah.
You can ask her to build a shelf, and there's like a 100% chance it's gonna be done correctly.
Yeah.
If you do me, you gotta check my work. And I can't build shit.
We know you built our clothing rack and you didn't.
I fixed it. No, I fixed it
after she double checked your work.
I fixed it though. That's why Maddie builds everything.
Yeah.
Everything in our apartment.
Amy builds everything too.
See, there we go.
But that's just me being like, oh, she's good at everything. So I just had to make sure she knows that she's good at everything.
He has a pass. He doesn't really. He just wants you to build it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. She knows.
I was like, I know how to screw stuff in, but you're good at it.
Fuck.
Oh man. So you got to New York. Your dad was cool about it. Your mom was like, whatever. Just make sure you come back. Did you come back and actually get your degree, or did you just go back into the field of work?
Yeah, I didn't go back to school.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I just came back. That's it.
Man, that's such a crazy growing up. That's one thing that would be like dope is like, hey, you have a chance to take your dream job. Let's go ahead and like see what you can do. Mm-hmm. And then you're just like, fuck it, I'm gonna go do it.
How long were you out in New York for?
Just shy of a year, I think. It was like, I can't remember, probably like 9 and 10 months. Something like that.
Yeah. Was it just crazy out there?
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, like, have you guys been?
Yeah,
I've
been.
I have not.
You've been? You've never been?
She lived there for like 5 months, and we visited her. We visited her like for a week during like Thanksgiving, and then we're just like, I was like, I hate New York, man. I hate this place. But
Why do you hate it?
Okay, it's dirty. First of all,
Okay.
but also LA
dirty.
is dirty too.
Yeah.
So and I don't even like LA that much. I just like the food in LA. But then also you can make a counter statement that New York has just as much good food depending on what you're looking for, right? Like you go to New York for like Chinese food. You go to like California for like Korean food. That's how I look at it. I separate things by food.
Okay, I feel that.
Yeah. Nah, I feel that too. Yeah, no, New York has some pretty good food, but I'm not gonna lie, their Vietnamese food sucks.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, their Vietnamese.
They're
food,
starting to get good out there, though. I watch a lot of the Vietnamese cooks that are going up right now and blowing up. They're like, that would make me want to go back and like visit.
But how much for a bowl of pho?
I'm
I'm not paying anything over $14.
I just paid $65 for a bowl of pho.
What the
What
hell?
the hell?
Yeah,
What was it? What was it?
dude. We went to
God.
Toy de Bay's restaurant.
Toy de Bay?
Yeah, we went to Didi, and then
Yeah.
So it was so funny. I record the whole thing. You guys will see you guys will probably see the vlog first. If you guys haven't seen it, it'll be out Friday. This episode will come out Sunday, but you guys can check out the vlog and see my full rundown of like how I was, talking about it. But I was sitting there. I tried the broth, and I was like, why the fuck did we pay $65 for some pho? I was like, man, we always do this to ourselves,
Toy de Bay?
But then,
She's Vietnamese.
yeah, but then,
It's a crime.
and then you start mixing everything together.
Right.
So they give you a whole bone marrow.
Okay.
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 And then they
I
give
like
you
bone
this
marrow.
Wagyu filet on the side. It's already cooked, but it's
Okay.
like cooked in like the most incredible way that you can cook pho meat.
I like Wagyu.
That
Okay.
to the point where you're eating it, you can just eat the meat alone and it just tastes like you're eating pho. And I was like, what
What?
the fuck?
Okay.
And they make a house like sambal sauce. You usually use sriracha. Everyone uses sriracha, right? Or chili oil.
I don't.
They make
Or chili oil, yeah.
they make a sambal sauce, right? And it's right when I started putting everything together, I was like, I get it. I'll pay
Yeah.
$65 for
Oh,
this.
okay,
I was like,
okay.
I understand now. Because my first review was like, this shit is like a 5 out of 10. And then after I was like, okay,
Really?
it's about an 8 out of 10. After you put the bone marrow, because once you put the bone marrow, the fat into it, it becomes a whole entire different broth.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
If
All right,
it's-
Tway. I don't know.
yeah.
I'll give it a chance, maybe.
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 But everything else, like it was like the pork. So they make this lemongrass pork belly, fire.
That
Fire.
sounds good.
Yeah, it was
That
so
sounds
fire.
good.
And they make like the slaw for it is like mint, Thai basil and onions, and then it's like a nook mom sauce. But it's so, and they make their nook mom sauce of like lemongrass, I think, because I can taste the lemongrass in the nook mom sauce. And I was sitting there, I was like, man, this is really good because it's fatty, it's charred, it's everything that you would want in like a pork belly slice.
You guys should send this to her, like this clip. Just clip it.
Yeah.
Just send it to her.
Get her on the pod.
Yeah, bro.
Maybe. We thought we were gonna run into that weekend because we went to the Adrian Purr event for the We Are Golden, and then shout out to Adrian for giving us time to go. First of all, he threw a free event, and
Free.
it's a free event. Anyone could have win. A bunch of creatives there, creatives that I followed for many years. Like I told you, I saw Marilyn Hugh, who used to work with I Am King, and now she's like best friends with Skrillex, and she does his personal photography and stuff.
Yeah.
And then his girlfriend Sam Salvador, she had this crazy ass like exhibit part of it. So each of them have their own part of the show.
Yeah.
And Sam had this one where she did poetry. She wrote it down, but she had all these MP4s or MP3s, just random MP3s on the floor, and she did spoken word of it. So you would go there, read it, but she would be talking in your head. And I was just sitting there, I was like, man, like, and the story she was very articulate with her words, the way she like pronounced things, the way she did everything, like, and her voice is like really soothing too. Like Amy was like, man, I love her voice.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, man, this is crazy. And then you go to Marilyn Hughes part of the exhibit, and those little photo things that you click on, and it's like a film strip, and it goes through.
Yeah, I get you.
So what she did is she put her photos in the strips and she let people see what she sees when she's taking photos.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and I was like, this is like dope, like concepts. And they're doing another show here in New York this week, and I'm like, man, this is like, it inspired me to do something next year for Utah, to where like we get all the Asians and Pacific Islander creatives, and we come up together and like throw an event, and like showcase what our local Asians and Pacific Islanders are doing.
No, 100%. I mean, we kind of need it here.
We have a lot of it here. It's just like they're spread out. Like I said, this is the boogeyman, dude. This is I didn't
We're
know
gonna get him to come out.
you didn't. There was no face to this body until now. Until I met him. Like
Freaking ghost.
I like it that way though. Like, yeah, like I don't know, like I don't post any like photos of me online or nothing. It's kind of cool when I get to like walk around and like people like, you know, like you can hear people like talk about things or like whatever, and the whole time you're just like there, you know, because like I work at Feist too, and like back when I used to be like in the store, you know, it's like I would design stuff and then it's like out on the shelves, but then I'm like working in the store, so people wouldn't know like who designed what. You know, but like seeing people like pick it up and they're like, oh yeah, this is cool. You know what I'm saying? Or like, this is fire. And the whole time they had no idea. Like, that's sick.
Yeah.
Like, I fuck with that so heavy.
Damn.
He's all ringing them up. He's like, yeah, I made that.
Yeah.
I made that.
Dude, no, man, shit, that's fucking sick, man. I want to be like that. Here's the initial plan for me. I never wanted to show my face. Or at least when we started to kind of take things seriously, I was like, oh, I'm going to be mysterious. It's going to be cartoon. And you're not going to know who I am. And then a year later, we started doing this.
You can wear the Aang mask.
No, bro.
We got
fucking crazy.
We got a Jason mask. We got a mask out there. Halloween.
People know. People know.
Yeah, they know your voice now. It's already attached.
Who knows?
Yeah, but no, it's cool that you. There's actually a dope feeling that like when you're walking place and you're like, oh man, yeah, I did that. You know, like I go to the gym and I see people wearing our shirts. I'm like, who are these guys? Like I've never seen these guys in my life, but. You know, from a friend, they bought a shirt, and then that's how our shit's getting out there.
Yeah, no, see, it's like the same feeling, right? Like when you like see people like wearing your stuff and you don't even know who they are. You're like, who the fuck are you? How did you even get you know what I'm saying? Like a hold of this. But yeah, no, that's sick.
Yeah. So let's like how was living out in New York though? Let's talk about that experience. So you kind of like went down, but like how, like, are you from Utah?
Yeah.
Your whole life, and then you just up and went to New York.
Yeah, that's really the only place I've like moved to ever before.
Yeah.
Because I grew up in Glendale, and then went to high school in Murray, but yeah, New York was crazy. It was cool though. It's mad expensive.
Yeah.
Obviously, because like I was paying like $800 for like a broom closet. It's probably like half the size of this room.
Yeah.
You know.
Now it's like double the price.
Yeah, now it's like double the price. Yeah, it was crazy. I had one window in my room, and it looked out into the kitchen. So like.
Oh,
yeah.
That would be cabin fever, dude.
Yeah, it was like no sunlight, like out, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was like, yeah. And then anytime it was like a loft bed situation. So like I'd be in the loft bed, and then it's like this like strip of window that looks into the kitchen. And I had 6 roommates. So if anyone was cooking in there, if they was having like a date in there, if there was anything in there, like I could see them, they could see me. Like it was just super awkward.
That's rough.
Damn, no privacy.
Was that kind of the reason why you're like, I'm not gonna do a whole year here?
Nah, I mean, like, cause they were all super dope. Like all the people I lived with.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was just like 1, it was super expensive, but 2, I was there on like a kind of like an internship, like initially.
Yeah.
So it felt, and then at first it was like, okay, well, so first off, they shared an office with a cinematic record label. And that's how I was getting paid most of the time, was through like cinematic.
Yeah.
And so like, you know, they would like trickle down like a couple album covers or like, you know what I'm saying? Like Instagram, like whatever postables. And like, I would just do them, make like $300, you know what I'm saying? That way I could keep working on Felt stuff.
Yeah.
And Felt was real small at the time. So it wasn't like they could like put me on salary or anything. But yeah, it was super cool. I just couldn't afford to keep on paying.
Yeah.
$900 for a broom closet, and
where you can literally see everybody.
Yeah, where I could see everyone.
What were you working on too? Because it had to be like you didn't have a full computer setup. Was it just like a laptop?
Yeah, it was just a laptop, and it was like it was pretty old even for the time because it was like 2012. It was like 2017. It was like,
oh man,
it was rough.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get that feeling too.
That's actually what we were doing for a while. Yeah, too. That was me for a fat minute. Where I had the. Like I did like this extracurricular like graphic design class in high school where they just gave me like CS2 version of Adobe Illustrator, and I used that from 2011 to 2018.
Yeah, you used it for all our old designs.
Every single one, and I was like, I didn't know the modern one, so when I got like the actual up to date version, I had to reteach myself literally everything. I was like, fuck.
Which one are you on a what is it CC now?
Yeah.
That one's see that one's crazy because I was in what is it CS? It was like CS5 I think, and then it's like never updated it because I had cracked Adobe.
Yeah.
Right. So when I finally like went legitimate or whatever and got CC, I was like, dude, what the fuck is all this? Like everything like was the same, but it wasn't the same.
Yeah, I had to change the layout to like the essential one, like the old school looking one. I'm like, this is all I know, so I'm gonna stick with it.
Shit, the classic.
Some people are a little wild when I watch it. When I was like just deep diving into tutorials, people will do these shortcuts, and they don't show you the shortcuts on some of the advanced stuff. Yeah. I was like, man, you guys do this so fast. I had to rewatch the 30-second clip like 50 times.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
So when you got back from New York, what was like the first thing you got back into? Were you still designing, or did you like feel like you had to do other stuff?
No, it was just design.
Yeah,
because it was like because I really wanted to stay and like work with felt, like keep working with felt. But yeah, it was just like unfortunate timing, like like the money situation and everything. So I just came back, and when I came back, like I was still helping them design stuff. Pretty heavy. Like they would just send me stuff like, yo, we need this like vectorized or like, make a mock-up of this, whatever. And then shortly after I came back was when I got hired to work at Feist. Not as a designer. It was just sales associate.
Yeah.
So went to Feist and did sales, whatever, just worked on the floor and stuff like that for like 2-3 years. And then finally got to design for Feist. But yeah, and pretty much just been designing since. I haven't really had like any other job.
Yeah.
That's really cool. So how long have you been working with Feist?
With Feist? Probably since, what is it, like 2018, 2019?
Damn,
something like that.
Yeah.
So it's like 5 years, 6 years now.
That's tight.
Yeah.
How did you get introduced to designing for them then? So you were a sales associate for 2 or 3 years, and then like was Corey like, yo, we need a design for something, and you were like, I can do it? Or did you just present the idea?
It was, I don't know if you guys know Goose. But yeah, it was through Goose, because Goose was working at Feist and he was doing a lot of like the manufacturing, the production stuff, and then like designing as well. And then like I would help Goose with some designs here and there, at when I was a sales associate, but I never like just designed. And then Goose like left. He went to LA to do his agency and stuff like that. And then that's when I was like put on as like full-time designer for the time or whatever. And then Lander came on too. Shout out Lander. And then me and him were doing a bunch of designs for Feist. That was cool.
Yeah. How's it been like since you've been working there? Like how's like the store changed over the years? Because Feist, like they've always made clothes, but every freaking year it gets better. Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah.
He's like, oh man, I'm going to go talk to the office real quick after this.
Yeah, I mean, Feist is always cool though, because it's not like every design is like just done by like me or like Lander or whoever. It's like they like Corey takes on like he has a bunch of homies and like they all do designs and stuff like that. So like anytime they have an idea too, like they'll send it in, and so it's always kind of like a I don't know, just like a mix of like different designs from a bunch of different people.
This is really cool. And
Corey,
even like the events that they've been doing too.
Yeah, Corey's just been like a man for the people though. He's always done stuff. He knows everyone. He literally knows every person in Utah for some reason, but everyone knows Feist for the most part. If you're into this world, everyone knows Feist.
Yeah.
And so like he's always like introduced the idea of like, yo, if you're doing dope stuff, let's kind of put this together or something. Like that's how he's always been for as long as I've known him too.
Okay. Yeah, actually that's funny. It's a fucking embarrassing story. I wrote an email to him like when I was 18, like or 19, something like that. And then he actually like replied back and let me like sit in his office, and I wasted that dude's time for a good 30 minutes not knowing what to do.
It was for like an interview or
no?
What
I just wanted to
learn more about like
his
designing
brain about,
and like clothes and stuff.
It was like in the very beginning when I was trying to like do something, and then I like sat in his office. He's like, "All right," and I was like, "Okay, cool." Because we just sat there talking, and he knew it wasn't going anywhere. He's like, "Are you guys gonna show me designs?" And I was all like, "This is when I like barely started too." So I was like, "I am so shitty. I'm not showing you anything in this," because I got a backpack, didn't open that bitch once. I was like, "Oh, that's so embarrassing." But it was cool that he was like down to do that.
Yeah.
For some random kid that emailed him one day.
What year was that?
It had to be like. Maybe not 2017. It was like 2016.
2016, because I remember when you told me the story. It was 2015, 2016, because you told me the story.
Yeah, 2015.
And this is when we were meeting about your clothing brand.
Yeah.
Before More About Nothing. And I remember the story because when I said, "Oh yeah, I'm good homies with like Corey. Like if we wanted to go sell stuff at Vice or do something, like I'm pretty sure he would help us out for a little." And you were like, "Oh man." And you told me the story, and I was like,
Oh, yeah. I was like, oof. That
you
was a
were
rough
like,
one, bro.
you're like, I don't know about that. And I'm like, oh, don't worry, you have me now.
Yeah, dude. I was like, oh shit. But I knew that he didn't have any like ill feeling about it. It's just like a kid that just didn't know what else to do instead of ask questions. But it was just funny. I'm like, I remember that, and every time I see him, I was like, I hope you don't remember who I am. I really don't. I hope he doesn't.
He's pretty good at faces, though.
And I got the same face, so
yeah,
shit.
You haven't changed.
No.
Yeah. Oh no, this is dope though that you've been able to like go from Tumblr into go into something you still love. Do you still love doing designs? Because I know it's an everyday battle of doing stuff and trying to find new things. But how is your process for you?
I mean, it's kind of hard, low key, right? Because it's like when something that's like that was kind of like your hobby turns into like your job, right? Then it's kind of like hard to make fun of it sometimes because like sometimes you just need money, right? Like sometimes you're like, fuck, I just got to do this to make a bag. Like I need to eat tomorrow, you know. And so it's like not fun. You like taking on jobs that you don't like or just like some type of like bummy ass logo, you know. But yeah, you really just have to like really work at it until you can get to a point where like you can, you know, you're privileged enough to like only take the jobs that you want and like be able to like ask like a livable price for it.
Yeah.
You know? But and the process is hard too in terms of just like being creative, like staying creative, right? Which is why I just like consume a fuck ton of media. It's just like anytime I can, it's like music, movies, like something, like experiencing something. It's also why I don't go out.
Thank you for saying that, dude. I can't go. I hate going out.
I see him out every once in a while, but it's because I'm barely going out too. So
you do it as a duty.
Yeah, I do it as a duty. No, it's not even a duty anymore. Like I actually enjoy like going out now to like all the events because like I get to see all these cool people like doing stuff, you know, in the city, you know, like seeing Iden play in real life the other week in like Dirty Mike and then like seeing Maya like DJ at the, you know, the matcha place. Like that's all cool to me because these are our people that come onto the podcast and share their stories. And now I'm seeing it all in real life, what they actually do, you know? Yeah. So I think it's dope. Like I'm pretty sure after this, we can talk about Tien with designing stuff or like how he does stuff because you know, I'm trying to get my bag up. I'm trying to sharpen my swords because I want to be able to carry this over into our next, whatever our next stage of life is. I want to know that I have this set for us.
Just be able to have the skill set.
Yeah. You know, but this is always how it's always been though. Like I never in my life thought I would be doing a podcast or designing clothes or doing stuff like that. I always was the guy behind the scenes. Like, I think this will look dope. Can you make this happen? You know, I was never physically drawing stuff or anything. Yeah. If anyone sees me at a fucking restaurant, I'm drawing on a napkin. I always draw on a napkin. Stupid. That's all I do. I only know how to draw on napkins for some reason. That's really it. That's
false. You just need a good sketchbook.
I do have a good sketchbook.
Good sketchbook and a good pen, which I know you have.
I have hella pens. I have markers. I have everything. I have it, the whole list of it. I got Japanese markers. I got Japanese pens too. I got a Japanese notebook. Me too. But it's just like, to me, it's like I'd rather just draw on like a bouncy napkin. For some reason, it picks up the ink really well. I like the way it looks. This is, I don't know. This is how I've always been.
I feel that though. Right? There's something about like, drawing on napkins that it's like, whether it's like I don't know if it's like it bleeds well or it's like so soft or something, but it's like it's way better than like drawing in most notebooks.
Yeah. It's like with a notebook, you have to have this like hard touch to it. I'm heavy handed first of all, but then with a napkin, for some reason, I'm like so gentle with the way I'm moving things. Like I'm Confucius writing out some fucking shit back in the day.
You guys might have a golden product on your hand though.
Maybe napkin art, dude. I'm telling you, we got
the napkin notebook.
Put me in Fi's napkin art. It's like, what the hell did he do? Is this a toilet paper? He's like, yeah, check this out though.
Your exhibition's fucking just napkins everywhere.
It's a roll of toilet paper like this.
That would be hard though. If it was a whole roll unbroken.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
That'd be crazy.
That'd be crazy to do because once you break one, you're sealed. You're done. Yeah. You can't just break the next one.
Genius. Shit.
No, maybe.
And it's actually keeping green too.
Yeah. We're onto something. Maybe.
We onto something.
Toilets next to it. You got a kitchen sink next to the bounty napkins. It's like, what is he drawing? It's like Super Saiyan Gohan going down. You just don't know what it is until you get to the top.
You're gonna have some like very intricate like frames.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be fucking napkins.
It's gonna be like Starry Night. He's gonna keep pulling everyone. He's like, but he did it on a napkin. That's crazy. That's what
You guys are
food
wild.
is.
Maybe I have to try this out. Maybe I'm missing something.
Maybe you know what? You can't knock until you try it, because really it's just like,
I mean, I've drawn on everything, but I didn't have this is like a thing. Like, you have an appreciation for a napkin, which I don't have.
It's because like when I drew in notebooks and stuff, I knew that somebody would see it because I always had a pen. Every classroom had an expo marker.
True.
So I'd grab the expo marker from the whiteboard every day, and just whatever class I'm in, I always have a napkin that I can throw away later, so no one will ever see it again, and I can put the expo marker away. That's just how my art
thought
works.
out.
Yeah,
That's crazy. I actually think that's why I like napkins too. Because like I don't really like notebooks, because then it's like if I draw some like dumb shit, then it's like I have to look at it again, right? Or like someone else might see it.
Yep.
So like a napkin, I'm like, okay, like I can just do whatever because I can throw this away.
Yep. No one ever has to see it in life.
Exactly.
Yep. That's how I've always been.
Wow.
Everyone see
What
people.
a philosophy. This is crazy.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
See?
Okay.
Yeah, see, that makes
That's
sense. now.
inspiring.
Oh man.
Something else that actually you touched on, because you consume a shit ton of media. And I've been wanting to talk to you about movies because we love talking about movies on the pod. Like, what are your like top 3 of all time?
All time is hard.
All time is hard.
Can you do a top 5? Would that be easier?
Top 5? Yeah, I could probably do top 5.
Or like,
Top 3 is difficult sometimes.
part of the greatest hits.
Mine switches with the seasons, but if I had to say, it'd be like Tokyo Drift, Fast and Furious 1, Fast 5.
Fast 5 is a really good movie.
Fast
though.
5 is really good.
Like, it's a really good movie.
And then like, Tokyo Drift, I love it so
Tokyo
much.
Drift is amazing.
See?
Yeah.
Tokyo Drift is top tier. I used to hate it as a kid because I was pissed that like the one Asian, like, you know what I'm saying,
Playing
Fast and Furious
portrays
movie.
bad guy and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was just like this white, white dude. I was like, bro, this guy can't drift for shit.
the
Like,
white
why does he
savior
bag
thing,
the bad bitch? You
Yeah.
know,
Oh,
like,
shit.
why can't the Asian dude like get a bad bitch and just like be hella good at what he does?
Because they knew what they were doing of Han.
I'm a guy.
Han got Giselle and he wins.
And he
yeah.
died. That's what pissed me off.
And he
at the
came
time.
back.
came
though.
back.
He came back
Yeah.
though.
Spoiler alert, if you guys haven't seen Fast and Furious, you guys need to go fucking watch it now.
So aggressive, man. Jesus.
People don't understand my fascination. I don't even understand my fascination for Fast and Furious in the series at all.
I do, but
I just
I
feel
don't.
like I'm committed. You guys know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like the longest committed relationship I've ever been in was the Fast and the Furious series.
I feel that.
Well, no, we've been together for 11 years, but Fast and the Furious has been in my life since 2001.
He's not wrong.
That's 23 years together.
He is married to the Fast and Furious life, like for real.
Yeah. His family is first, okay?
I don't even remember the list. Did you give the list?
No,
I was like, did he say a no?
no. He's still thinking I'm trying to distract the viewers right now while he's thinking about his top 5. Go watch Fast and Furious.
Damn, dude, I can't even share mine now.
How about you share yours and then he can just...
Well,
Because we actually our top 5s do adjust every once.
they do adjust.
Yeah.
That's true. Of all time, all time
Is hard.
I'm gonna try to go like encapsulate my entire life. So it's like When Harry Met Sally, Groundhog Day, Groundhog Day, Troy. I fuck with Troy. Dark Knight, and Lion King. If I'm able to encapsulate my entire life, those would probably be the 5.
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds like you.
Yeah.
Very sensitive, but then you can be kind of dark sometimes. And then I don't know about the Lion King thing.
Lion King is it's
It's a very dark. That's Batman
like-
but for lions.
it's like young me.
That's Batman for lions.
It's Disney.
Loses his family. You gotta like, figure out. You try to get the girl back and stuff. He's like the Dark
Yo,
Knight.
he's actually not wrong. He's not wrong. Except for his mom's alive, but you know.
Yeah.
Either way, that would have to be it. I feel like that is fitting.
What is mine then? Mine's like weird.
Yours would be weird. He watches weird ass movies, and
do.
he thinks they're okay. There's this one movie, fucking Jackie Chan and John Cena.
No, I thought it was. Yeah, no, I thought it was okay because
Yeah, you thought it was okay. It was fucking trash.
okay,
dude.
it was trash, but you gotta
was-
just think from the outside in. Is like how Jackie Chan perceived the movie is just like he just wanted to do a movie just to do a movie now. You know, he was tired of doing all the crazy stuff. He just wanted to be a part of a movie. And when are you ever going to see John Cena and Jackie Chan in the same movie? Because no one ever sees John Cena.
Is this a new movie
Yeah,
It's like
it's on
fairly,
Netflix.
fairly new.
with John Cena?
Yeah, it's like it came out last year.
It's so bad.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
It's so bad.
But I like the bad movies sometimes because the bad movies resonate with you a lot more, especially the style that I think in. First of all, I draw on a napkin. Okay,
That's
you have to
one.
think about it like that.
That's one.
First of all, I draw on a napkin. Okay, that's where my creative process is, so no one could ever fucking see it again. But I would be the one to write a bad movie because I know how good movies would go, just to see if the bad movie would do good. That's how I think.
There's good bad movies.
Yeah.
And then there's just bad movies.
Yeah. So the bad movies are bad. That wasn't bad.
That's what I'm saying. The Jackie Chan, John Cena movie was a bad movie.
It wasn't that bad.
They're playing catch.
Yeah. They're playing digital football.
I don't know. You're making my brain tired.
Okay, first movie, Tokyo Drift, because that's my most relatable movie in my life. That's the reason I wanted to visit Tokyo. That's the reason we got engaged in Tokyo. That's the reason we always visit Tokyo, and we've never been to any other country but Tokyo. She's been to Mexico, but I only visit Japan. For some reason, I feel the safest there. I feel at peace with myself. I feel like now, like when they were on the mountain and they were just talking about how life was, and I was like, that's me every time I'm in Tokyo.
Damn. He didn't just play with fire.
Yeah.
He dipped him in gasoline.
And man, I guess what is it?
Fast and Furious.
No, Fast and the Furious it's top 10, but it's not top 5.
Okay.
It would have to be like movies I can go back to, like New Year's Eve. That was a really good movie. And
New Year's
then
Eve?
Yeah,
With Ashton Kutcher and a bunch of other people.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like the all-star cast for like a rom-com.
That's such a.
Yeah, dude, I loved it.
I know.
See,
you soft, bro.
Yeah.
You soft.
No, yeah, dude, I love rom-coms. That's one of my favorite genres.
So funny.
Conjuring 2, I love that.
Conjuring,
I can always watch
okay.
Conjuring 2.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I love scary movies. One thing you'll learn about me is scary movies because
Damn, I love scary movies.
like I have to list scary movies, and like if you list Freddy vs. Jason is such a bad movie, but I love it.
That's a good bad movie.
Yeah, see, that's a good bad movie, and I would put that in my top 5 because that was one movie as a kid I always thought about. Like I could write something this bad, but I can also make it this good as well. You know
as
what I
long
mean?
as you just have one scene with titties in it, and then you're like,
They had multiple scenes with titties too.
Exactly. If you just need one.
You just going through your shit because you watched the Anne Hathaway
The
movie.
Anne Hathaway would do it. Maddie and I were ready for some hot, milfy, like fan fiction, but it was nothing. It was not
fan service at all.
No fan service. Not even it wasn't even hot and steamy, bro. Like it just tried to make me feel bad for Anne Hathaway. I'm like, I don't. Honestly, I don't.
Yeah.
Either way, I'm getting
fifth movie. Do I have a fifth movie? I guess it just have to be the Hobbit series. I love Lord of the
really
Rings.
Like the Hobbit series?
I love the Hobbit series. For some reason,
that's a hot take.
Yeah, that is
a hot take.
Because I love Lord of the Rings too, but for some reason, it's just too long compared to like you can get the same lore just in the Hobbit. And I played the Hobbit a lot growing up versus Lord of the Rings. You know, when you have a game with the movie, you kind of like, okay, it makes sense.
I would say the first Hobbit is the best one.
Yeah.
But over the Lord of the Rings movies, for real?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That's
crazy.
Okay, to me, it's just an easier watch.
I get
Lord of the Rings,
that.
Lord of the Rings, if I don't pay attention to it, I'm not going to watch it. Oh, actually, fuck it. Harry Potter series then 5. And then, boom.
Yeah,
that's what I'm doing. Harry Potter series. I got the tattoo. I love Harry Potter. I think I'm a wizard, but I'm not. Okay? I'm like into crazy shit.
He might be. He might fucking...
I might be, dude.
Lucky as hell. That's what... Okay.
Luck is not magic.
What is the best, your favorite Harry Potter?
Okay. 4, my favorite, because 4 is the most useless part of the movie.
Because Robert Pattinson's in there.
No. But 4 is the most useless shit.
That's why I like it.
Yeah, I think. 5. 5 is the most useless movie, like story wise. But
I feel like it was important for his character arc. It was like when Harry gets sad.
Yeah, I can skip that though. I can skip the sad shit. You know, go into
he
fighting, dude.
needs
Let's
that.
go fucking.
He's
been sad his whole life. What does it need a whole movie to be sad?
We fucking see that shit, man. We need to like he's happy in Hogwarts, but he's like, oh, Hadrick, I feel. What was it?
I felt like him. I felt like him. Growing up in an Asian home, I felt like Harry Potter. I felt like I was locked in a cupboard, you know, under the stairs and shit. You know, I felt like my parents wouldn't let me do shit, and then I had to go out in life and become a fucking wizard. Maybe that's why
he thinks he's Harry Potter this whole time.
Yeah,
it's fucking crazy.
The on Harry Potter. Just imagine a Harry Potter series, but then it's just English subtitles, but it's on Lao. That'd be the craziest movie ever. So I've been watching some like Viet movies in fucking Vietnam, no, not like American movies in Vietnamese. I don't even understand what's going on, but you just read the subtitles and like the voice, you know, the Vietnamese language is fucking crazy. And
I'm not gonna do it.
They always sound like they're arguing and shit, and then it's like, oh man, are they arguing? It's a happy scene. You watched it. Trust me, I'm gonna send you a movie to watch, and you're gonna be like, okay, I get it.
No, I grown up with Vietnamese families.
Yeah, Chrissy's laughing because she knows what the hell I'm talking about.
Shout out Vietnam, man.
Yeah.
Wait, I gotta know what movie it was. Like, why did you voluntarily watch it in Vietnamese?
It was in 2008. It was a Jet Li movie.
Oh, what? It was a Vietnamese dub?
Yeah, it was on a CD.
Come on.
It was on a CD. We had it in DVD. My mom got it from one of those. Yeah. She got it from fucking one of the Asian stores.
Yeah.
Okay,
And my mom loved Jet Li, first of all. So she bought Jet Li DVDs whenever she could, right? Because they were hard to come by. Especially, I think it was
They're rare.
the Red Dragon one. The second.
Oh, Kiss of the Dragon?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that was...
No, not Kiss of the Dragon. There was the one.
It's like Legend of the Red Dragon.
Legend of the Red Dragon, and then there's like the little fat boy. He's like, "Elephant drop, brothers," and he fucking jumps on the guy, and it's the one with the spinning ball.
I know what you're talking about.
You know which one, right? The villain with the spinning ball.
Yeah.
But you watch that in Vietnamese and not Chinese, you're gonna be like, "What the fuck am I watching?" That's all I'm saying. That's it. It's a totally different movie for some reason.
It came full circle. Sometimes this guy watches Korean movies with no subtitles.
I do. Yeah. I watch movies without subtitles just to make up shit in my own head.
It's so stupid.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. That's wild. That's like almost. Like,
I know,
there's
right?
something. There's psychology there behind that.
There is a
He's
psychology
a fucking
behind it.
troll. That's what he is.
No, it's a creative process. It's a creative process. Like seeing how you,
I'm going to call out what you're going to say.
Okay.
I knew he was saying that.
there is a creative process behind me, like watching movies with no subtitles at all, and it's to see like you're watching a scene and you're like, how would I direct the scene? And that's like us wanting to make our own short film, or us like doing cartoons one day or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, where do you start? How creative can you really be with a movie? Like, if you directed a movie, what movie would you direct? And it's like the perfect Moose movie.
So I have this story, right? I haven't written anything about it, but I always had it in my head. But it was like if a vampire like lived past the apocalypse, and then the human race was like dwindled to only a few hundred, but then all these other like supernatural beings like started to come back to light. Like there's like Bigfoot that roam the mountains, and they rule the mountains, and then the vampire societies like
sounds like Lord of the Rings. Let's go.
You gotta let me finish. They've become like the top of the food chain, so they could become like the new society. But the protagonist is all like, no, it's time for us to die, and he wants to kill all the vampires.
Okay.
I told that, like, I was gonna keep that secret until I actually wrote the damn thing, but it's out there now.
You might just watch a movie sometimes, and that's what you can piece together. It's how you would do this, right?
Exactly.
You can. I challenge you to go watch Twilight without watching it and watch it in a different language.
I want to watch it in Japanese.
Watch it in Japanese. Watching shit in Japanese is kind of crazy. It's fucking dope. It's dope, actually.
It's an anime. Twilight is an anime.
Everything's an anime if it's in Japanese.
Well, here's the thing, right?
Watch a Jason Statham movie in Japanese. You're gonna be like, okay.
You gotta listen to me though, right? Because Twilight, you have teenage protagonists, right? They're all hot, like every single one of them, and they got superpowers, and it's an ensemble cast. So there's like a bunch of people, shapeshifters. Oh, that is not any better. But you gotta listen to me. It's just
Transformers.
It's for romance. It's fucking Transformers. It's sick.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Yeah. We haven't even gotten to Tien's list, dude.
We will,
bro.
This is what happens when we talk about movies. You can't. We cannot talk about movies on this podcast because we go off into tangents, and this is what happens. We're 20 minutes in of me fucking talking about I watch movies on mute sometimes.
I really want the listeners just to get to this part.
Yeah. Okay, let's go ahead. What is your top 5?
Oh, shit. Top 5. Number 1 is probably like, I mean, I guess no order, but like Toy Story. Toy Story's on there for sure.
It has to be the first one, right? Or just a series in general?
The second one was my favorite.
I guess if we're counting the whole series, then I'll just say the series.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we can do series. I said the Harry Potter series.
Yeah.
You know,
Harry Potter series.
It's just one movie, really. That's how I look at it.
You're right.
Even though the first Toy Story, dude, got some crazy animation. I know it was the first.
Yeah.
But every time I look at Sid, I'm like, damn, dude, you're going to give me fucking a migraine shit.
Yeah.
Dude, all the humans were looking like hella fucked up in that movie.
They were.
Like Andy was like super weird looking. Like the dog was like super.
The dog was weird.
The dog used to scare me as a kid, bro. Like the scene where like, what is it? He's like trying to hide from the dog like by the stairs, and he's like trying to get down the stairs. With
Yeah.
That was crazy. But yeah, Toy Story's super fire. Nacho Libre. Dude.
You guys are napkin people, huh?
Nacho Libre is so good.
No, it's good. It's like I don't even know when I'm watching. I feel like it's like the best like stoner food kind of movie.
Oh, like a Munchies movie?
Munchies movie for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it back in the day.
Yeah, because you can just throw that on any time, dude. And it's so funny.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
That scene where he's flexing his ass against the wall. That thing lives in my brain, dude.
Oh, I'm trying to think. What is that? 3?
Is that 3 or 2?
That's 3. He's Nacho Libre, Toy Story series. So that's 2.
Yeah.
So you're on 3.
You're on 3.
Oh, okay.
There's there's not an order.
Harry Potter's mine too.
Okay.
Okay.
It used to be Lord of the Rings. I could watch all 3 of those movies like extended, like like the whatever, like 16-hour runtime or some crazy shit.
Same.
Yeah, it was so sick, but yeah, Harry Potter's just so much cooler.
Yeah.
Which one's your favorite?
Probably 3. I think 3 is
Prisoner of Azkaban.
Yeah.
Prisoner of Azkaban used to be my favorite.
That one's a really good one though.
I watched it so many times though. Like I've overwatched it.
Yeah.
It's also true.
Yeah.
4 used to be my favorite, low key.
4 was just fun. It was outside
the coolest one.
Outside of doing all the like stuff, like them going around and like trying to figure shit out. They had all these games going on, and you're like, man, this would be tight to live in like a world where wizards and witches like can live like this and like go play games like this. Because that's the one thing I thought. Like as a kid growing up, I was like, man, I can do this shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but then the rest of the stuff was like, I didn't want to be an adult. As soon as they became adults and shit, I was like, oh man, this is boring.
No, I liked it because it's 6 or no, what is it? Half-Blood Prince. That one's my favorite.
Half-Blood Prince
That is
is
a good one.
5.
That's the one where Dumbledore gets shot.
Yeah.
Dude, I think it's because I watched that in theater. People had like a visceral reaction.
Yeah.
My cousin was crying for like 2 hours.
I cried when my Iron Man died in Endgame. I cried a lot during that movie, actually.
Yeah. When Spider-Man came out, I was like, "Oh yes, I knew it was gonna happen."
I did cry when they all came out. When they said on your 6, he's like to your left, and he's like, "Oh man, I hope I'm not the only one like tearing up right now." Then I see like all the grown men around me crying. I'm like, okay, we all feel it.
I don't cry in movies. There's only one movie where I
Dude,
was like being
what is that?
No, dude, freaking Marley and Me.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
I was alone. I didn't see it coming. I was watching it because I was like, "Oh, it's an Owen Wilson movie, and he just has a dog. So much fun." And I was like, "He's getting old."
Yeah.
And then he's on his deathbed, bro. I was fighting back. I was on the edge of the couch. I was like, "It's just a movie. It's just a movie."
I cry in Fast and the Furious. That's how bad it
You're
is.
so stupid.
Dude, every time they talk like bring up
Die
like
for the
Paul.
bit?
No, every time they throw like Paul Walker stuff, I'm like, oh, this makes me sad.
Oh,
that
okay,
makes me really
okay.
sad for some reason.
No,
like at the
okay.
beginning of Fast 10, when they like were going through his little board of stuff, and you can see all the pictures and shit. And I was like, man, and they start playing I'll See You Again or whatever by fucking Wiz Khalifa, and I'm like,
Charlie
man.
Puth.
Yeah, I'm like crying, I'm tearing up, and then you hear the R34, and I'm like, oh my god. There's a lot behind it, man.
No, I was there. I lived the moment too, but I guess
Even Tommy cried. That shit was so funny.
But you guys are married to freaking Fast.
We
and
are.
Furious,
We're
He was
committed.
Toretto for the last movie.
Yeah. I wonder if he's going to be for the next movie. That one comes out in 2026, so I'm kind of sad that
He should be the Drift King.
he should be DK, huh?
He has the same hair.
They could.
Just
I'm
the
gonna convince
Timberlake
him.
of Japan.
They never went back to that, huh?
No.
In Tokyo Drift, when Vin Diesel just shows up. at the
Yeah.
end?
No, they did. When
Well, they went back to show how Han lived.
Oh yeah.
And then, so that was in
Yeah.
9. In 9, they brought back Han. And then they were like showing, it's when Letty and Mia, they went back to Japan. But then they should, honestly, after all the Fast and the Furious series is done, they should do a specific movie in Tokyo Drift where it's just like Japanese drifting.
Yeah.
You know, some like Initial D type shit.
Dude,
just make its
Initial
own
D?
movie. Oh, Initial D.
is fire.
Yeah, dude. I watched.
Yeah.
I always watch that. I always rewatch that movie too. You guys gotta watch that without subtitles and try to like.
The live
That's
action
a,
one?
that,
Yeah,
that's
the live
a,
action.
Yeah.
Dude, I tried watching that because it was on Netflix. It was
Yeah.
like a fever dream.
It
bro.
is.
Because like it's Cantonese, but then it's like they keep all the
Japanese
Japanese
stuff.
names, and I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, what the fuck is going on?
That's what fucked me up because we rented it from Blockbuster. And then we're like, oh, it's so cool because we love Jay Chow,
Yeah.
like Edison Chen. Oh my God, yeah, like I forgot all these dudes.
It was
in
an
the movie.
all-star lineup.
All-star lineup. I don't know, the one guy that plays Turbo in that one movie.
Yeah.
But it was stacked, and we're like, it's so cool. But I was like, wait, these are Japanese things, but these guys
Chinese
are all
actors.
Chinese.
Yeah.
That messed me up. But I don't know. I also had I got the manga because my neighborhood library was selling them for $0.25 each,
Oh yeah.
and I got at least like 9 volumes of it. I was like, oh, dude, it's so sick. I was like, I barely got to pay. I had like a few bucks in my pocket, and I literally gave it to him.
He's like, take my lunch, buddy.
They got to remake that though.
No, they do. That's what I'm saying.
do.
But then they should be an adaptation of like someone from the Fast and Furious has to pick it up and just be like, It's Fast and the Furious, but it's like fucking Tokyo. It's the Fast and then Initial D all in one.
Just make their own thing. This new thing.
And then it becomes like Midnight Club, and that's
oh, dude,
that's what it would be.
I miss Midnight Club.
Yeah. So 3 was Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Third was Harry Potter. You still got 2 to go.
Not Nacho Libre was 2.
Oh yeah.
Nacho Libre.
So Toy Story, Nacho Libre, Harry Potter.
Yes.
Yeah. Fourth is probably this movie called Victoria. It's super sick. The whole movie is shot in one actual take.
Yeah.
So, damn.
Yeah, and it was like before, like, you know, whatever, Birdman, 1917. Because it was like 2016, 2015.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's like Spanish.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you've seen it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's super fire. And then the soundtrack is just super gas.
I had to check that out. One shot, the entire thing.
Yeah.
Because that's why I love 1917. I was like, oh.
One take movies are so crazy because when you look at it, it's like, how is this all one take? You know?
I don't know.
Yeah, it
blows my mind.
Yeah, it's just mind blowing that people can actually conceptualize an idea like that.
Mm-hmm. And execute all the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like a true one take. So it's like there's no edits, no cuts at all.
Because I'm sure 1917 had plenty of cuts.
They did, but they did it really well.
They did. Yeah.
It was pretty hard to tell.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Victoria, I most of the script was also like improvised. I think like 80% of the script was.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Shit.
So yeah, like it's just super sick. Like
I'll check it out.
Knowing all that like stuff about it.
When you watch it at first, you're like, oh, this is a good movie. But then you start, I'm the background type guy. Like, I'm going to go look up this movie now.
Mm-hmm.
And then you learn about it. You're like, man, this is sick. This is actually crazy how they did all this stuff.
Like
and
after
the fact that it was,
watch it, you just go back. Yeah.
And there's like the fact that you hear that is mostly improvised. You're like, holy shit. This is like, and in one take to improvise that much stuff is mind blowing.
I gotta check it out. I'll check it out.
Yeah, that one's... Oh, yeah. No, that one's crazy. Like, every time I watch it again, I'm still just like, dude, what the fuck is this movie? I don't know how anyone made that.
Victoria.
Yeah.
Victoria.
Oh, let me see. And then fifth,
final one.
maybe Passion of Christ.
Oh.
Oh, dude, you're a fucking badass, dude. What are you fucking edgy as hell? Damn. No, that movie.
That's as edgy as it gets.
It's funny. I really don't even like that movie, but I somehow still watch it at least like once a year.
Yeah, I mess with my girl all the time. I'm just like, let's watch Passion of the Christ. She's like, stop. Because I seen it one time. My dad was watching it for some reason. I was way too young to watch it. I think I was like 8 years old. And it is the hardest shit to watch. It's stuck in my brain still till this day. And I saw it like one time.
I watched it a lot growing up. My uncle had it on VHS, so whenever we would visit from Portland, that was the one movie. It's either we're listening to Madonna or watching Passion of Christ. So I'm watching Passion of Christ 9 times out of 10.
Interesting dude.
Well, no, it's like he would love Madonna, and he had Michael Jackson and like Janet. He was like, that's his era of music, but for some reason, that's the only movie he had on VHS. And as a kid, you would rather watch things to listen to at that time.
Yeah,
you know?
Of course.
So we would watch, for some reason,
He's like,
we
never
watched Passion
forget.
of Christ all the time. Every single time we were there, and I would watch it every day. I'm like, man, this is a really good movie.
You guys making me want to watch it.
And not knowing what the movie was about, that was what the craziest part was too.
Yeah. You
know,
didn't get
we
it
just
as a
watched
kid.
it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then as an adult, you're like, holy fuck, that was a good movie.
Like, they're messing this guy up.
Yeah.
Why is it like part of your top 5? Is it?
I'm not gonna lie, it's probably not really, but it's a crazy movie.
He just wanted a hot take for the podcast. It's like, this is the Boogeyman, but I love the Passion of the Christ.
Passion of the Christ. Because it's gonna make a bunch of people watch Passion of the Christ now. Because I really want to.
You see?
I used to be forced to watch it. Not really like forced, but like my dad would like make me watch it like every Easter. He was like, sit down.
Oh my
like,
God.
We're gonna watch this shit. You know what I'm saying? He put
So was it more of a religious thing?
for him.
Yeah,
For
but
me,
you just lived there, so you had to just watch it.
Yeah, I was like, damn, this dude's getting his ass beat, bro. Fight back.
He did a lot of fighting back for us.
Yeah, he did. Shout out
did.
Jesus.
Shout outs one time.
That might be the craziest shout out we've ever had.
Oh shoot.
No, that's a pretty, like, you have a lot of variety in your top 5.
Eclectic.
Like, yeah,
much.
that just goes to show that you do watch a lot of movies though, because you know when a lot of people talk about the top 5, it kind of like resonates in the same genre, you know, and like that's where the movies are at. But yours was kind of like there's an animation, there's comedy, there's like that new Nacho Libre one was like so like far off that when I would if I'm looking at you right now, I'd be like, Nacho Libre, what are you talking about? But then I get it because like,
when you said I wasn't too surprised, but I was surprised.
Yeah. But, like we have hot rod homies and stuff. Like there's homies, there's like all these comedy movies that everyone's into. I'm trying to figure out like why.
Well, we're scary too. A scary movie too, guys.
I love Scary Movie 2.
Scary Movie 2.
That would have been good in my top 5.
Yeah.
Because I watched that almost every other day.
I would trade Troy for Conjuring. When you said Conjuring, I was like, oh yeah, no.
Right?
Yeah, the first one.
You like the first one. I like the second one a lot.
The first one is just like, I remember not being scared in the theater for a long time, and I wanted to. And that was the one.
That was the one that got you back.
Yeah.
It did get me. The clap, the hide and seek, that one really got me.
That's why there's some movies that like when they come around and it's like a dry spell of scary movies, when one is actually scary, it really like
it's like worth
it.
Me. Yeah.
That's why Hereditary was like on top of the board for me. Because I was like, oh, we finally got something fucking crazy.
Yeah, see, Hereditary wasn't scary, and that's why when I looked at it,
it was creepy.
I watched it as like from a horror standpoint. I was like, this is not a good horror movie, but then I watched it like a thriller standpoint, and I was like, okay, it makes sense why people are like freaked out. And I also was tripping while watching it, and that's why I kind of like respect it a lot more. Because I get it.
Those movies are, I feel like with a lot of A24 movies, they want you to be on shrooms for some reason.
That's true.
Every time I watch one, I'm like, they're like, well for example, Midsommar.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They're literally, they edit the movie and like give it effects where it makes you feel like you're on shrooms.
Yeah.
So I was like, these guys really just want me to be psychedelic out.
Yeah.
And the last time we did, freaking P ruined it for everybody. He got scared.
That's still so funny. That's always going to be ingrained in my mind, the back of my mind, every time we talk about like bachelor trips. It's like scary movies.
Yeah, I love them. I'm a horror for a scary movie.
Yeah, we watched we talked about watching that Thai one. So stupid. That's the last one we watched. Stupid. But then, see, the problem with horror movies is that it's such a vague genre that people are like trying so like hard to scare you with like the music nowadays instead of like actually trying to scare you with the storyline.
Yeah,
it's like horrible how they've been like doing the layout of how scary movies work.
Oh, very much so. I think that's why I like.
You like horror movies? No,
like I do. Like I watch them, but I don't really watch them like by myself.
Oh, really, I'd be watching that shit by myself.
See,
it's a social thing for me.
Yeah,
she'd be at work and I'll be in my room. If I'll show you my room after, it's fucking just pitch black dark. I'll be sitting there by myself, just like, what horror movie am I gonna watch today? And then if I'm not watching down there, I'm watching it upstairs, and people are like, "What are you watching?" I'm like, the shitty horror movie, but I'm just trying to see what horror movies are out there.
I try to watch them alone, but I get psyched out.
Yeah.
Because I like thinking about scary stuff to a degree, but when I can't control them, like, that's where I'm like, oh, okay, I got to turn something off. Because I tried watching Hereditary solo, and I thought the most mundane scenes, when you're alone in that room, I'm like, yeah, it is actually pretty creepy.
Yeah. Hereditary does a really good job at, like, making you feel like you're in the room the whole time. Yeah. I think the way that, like, because I remember just like watching it and I'm like, okay, in the movie theater, it was like, all right. I didn't feel like I was involved in the movie. But when we watched it at home and you're watching in your room, like you're like freaking out, like what's going on behind me or something. You're playing off your own thoughts. In a movie theater, I just think about The Dark Knight. So I'm always scared of movie theaters.
Oh, actually, you know what movie surprisingly scared me? Have you guys watched It Follows?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one surprisingly freaks me the fuck out.
Really?
Yeah, like the idea of like, you're just chilling, right?
And then you're having sex, and then you're just, and then it's like you can control that though.
Let's say I've already transmitted the disease, right?
Yeah.
Like I already got it, and I'm just chilling, and you just see somebody walking towards you, and they'll just like they're just gunning it for you. And
but you just go bust a nut, and then you're done.
I know, but it could come back.
Yeah, but
you can't trust the person that you give it to just like keep on doing their job, and it keeps on going more and more. If somebody fucks up, it's going backwards. So I already am an anxious person.
Oh.
So if I'm like sitting there like, oh, any bitch is walking.
I was like, I solved the movie. Just like keep passing on to people and be like, hey, you gotta fuck, you gotta go. That's it. That's how the movie's solved. Because once that person dies, then it goes back to the last person.
True.
Right? But if you just keep...
But then that is like so evil too, because like somebody that you're gonna like fuck, right? They're gonna just get haunted.
That's why you only go find people that are like into ghost hunting and shit. Or like, you know, there's a world for it. You never know. There is.
You put on Reddit, it's like, hey, so
I'm haunted, so I need to pass it to someone.
If you want a thrill.
Yeah.
No, dude, it's just too much. It's just too much for me.
There are thrill seekers out there that are like into that shit.
I just don't like getting bum rushed.
Oh.
Yeah. Like you should like
that's his fear.
Like every time, like back when I was like living in my parents' house, the front of the street, It wasn't even that
The
dark.
front of your street is kind of scary though.
It was kind of freaky, right?
Yeah.
And then every time I get out of my car, like if I felt like somebody was gonna bum rush me, I just start doing this. For no reason, just like I'm fucking ready, dude. If anything happens, I'm fucking ready to go.
And he's like, clink, 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 clink.
That's like my word. Like one of my worst fears is if I'm just minding my own business and somebody is just like following me and bum rushes me.
Mine is if someone like pisses on me when I'm in the urinal, like just splashing me. I'm like, fuck, dude. Now I have to fight this guy. That's the one thing I'm scared of.
That's so.
No, that's like real shit though. Like I think like if we're talking about some shit, like that's if someone like was pissing in the urinal and that shit splashed on me, I'm like, I'm gonna have to kill someone.
Okay. Not in the same realm of fear, but yeah,
It's a fear, dude. That's my fear.
Well, I mean, like if we're talking about that realm of fear, I'm always afraid of like a rat just crawling my mouth. Like that shit scares the shit out of me.
Like what? Like while you were
Like,
sleeping?
He's scared of rodents.
Yeah, like
He's just scared of
dude.
rodents in general.
Yeah, like when I'm sleeping, I had a dream one time where there was a snake that was like slithering inside my mouth, and then a rat jumped on the snake and ran inside my mouth too.
You just rolled a snake down.
It's like, oh shit! That was one of those ones where you wake up and you're like, oh. Like I was literally like that, and so if we're talking about that, I nothing's getting in my mouth. No rodent by my face. Please.
Okay. Yeah.
That's why I'm scared of sugar gliders. I think they're gonna fucking fly up in my mouth.
They cute though. I fuck with sugar.
Dude, they're just too fast.
They are really fast.
I don't trust anything that small that fast with beady eyes. The thing is going. Like, what am I supposed to do? Kill him? No.
This is where the Wing Chun comes in handy.
I know. I just don't want to kill a sugar glider.
You don't have to kill it. Wing Chun's not about killing. It's about defending yourself. We know that already. Okay. Oh, there we go. At least okay. We got your top 5.
That was the longest bit we've ever had.
I'm sorry, we went on a tangent. We can't talk about movies.
I feel like I'm on drugs on this episode.
This is my problem, though. We can't. If we talk about movies, then we're gonna fall down this rabbit hole every single time.
I want to know if anybody's listening to the podcast. Just type in Tumblr's in the beginning of it. So like type in like
napkin art
right now. And then that way we know if you listen all the way up until this part.
Yeah.
Fuck. Holy shit.
We probably lost people in the last 40 minutes.
We probably did.
Because I went crazy. I went on like talking about some crazy shit that I don't even tell people that I do. First of all, like talk about my napkin art, why I do that, and talking about movies and how I watch it on don't watch no subtitles just so I can.
Well, people learned a lot about you.
Yeah, I'm crazy.
Yeah.
Amy thinks I'm crazy. Look at her.
It's true.
Yeah, but I think it just helps me in my creative process and stuff. That's all it is.
Just watching crazy shit.
Just watching anything and not understanding what is really going on.
Yeah, like when you said that you like just consume a shit ton of media,
yeah,
I connected with that because I do too. I call myself an iPad kid because I literally am. Like when I'm playing Elden Ring, I have to have something else playing while I'm playing it. Like Kai Cenat has been playing it for 100+ hours at this point in time.
Yeah.
I'm playing Elden Ring, watching him play Elden Ring.
It's true. I play Valorant and watch someone streaming Valorant.
And this is my first time actually getting into streams because I would watch like streamers on YouTube, but not their actual live
Twitch
stream.
and stuff Twitch. And then the Kai Cenat stuff got me into it. I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. This dude's up all night. And he sleeps in the room while everything's going on and
Yeah. So I was like, this is wild too. And plus Elden Ring's the shit.
Wait, so does he sleep during the?
He does.
The
he sleeps on stream,
only for a few hours.
Yeah.
Like I'll be awake like 2 a.m., wake up, and then it's like 9, and then he's just barely sleeping, and then he's back playing in like an hour or two.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so he's really only sleeping probably like 4 or 5 hours a night, if that.
Is he having a hard time with the game?
Oh, dude, he says he's not a gamer too. That's what I've heard.
Yeah, he's not a gamer.
Yeah, but he plays so
nice,
bad.
though.
He is.
Well, when it comes to the sticks and him just fighting, like he's pretty good. But when it comes to like if you made a few like changes, you would have such an easier time. Yeah. But he's not that bad. I do agree.
Yeah, well, because I don't watch like Twitch streams or nothing. Like I just see whatever like shows up on my TikTok.
Yeah.
But what is it? I saw him beat Godfrey try with the Blasphemous Blade.
But that was after him because I was watching that stream the night before. I guess he beat him, but he was fighting Moog. He was fighting him for like 4 or 5 hours. And then he was just doing katanas, and the second he changed his build, just destroys the other guy in like one try.
Moog was hard, bro.
Moog is hard.
He had me for like probably 4 or 5 days, bro. I couldn't do it. Like I would have
Oh my
homies
God.
like pull up too.
Yeah.
And like homies that had like already beaten Moog. And like
I
trying to beat him,
hate
and they're
that.
like, "Dude, I don't know what it is, but your Moog is just so much harder." Like they told me that, and I was like, "Dude, I don't know."
I feel that sometimes, like playthroughs, like I've done 2 of them now, and like sometimes I'll step over a guy like the first try, and then the like what's that dude, the Melikath, the black blade.
Oh yeah,
That guy, I couldn't beat him for like a whole day. It took me like a whole day, and then I had to come back the next day. But the first time I fought Melania, though, I had to take a break from the game for a month. I didn't touch, because I was struggling with her so bad. Because I was trying to just go hands with her. And if anybody plays Elden Ring, they know this is the lady that you see on the cover with the red hair. Like, yeah, she made me quit. I had to take a breather for a month, and then I finally went back and just cheesed her.
That's such a crazy like concept for a game because like I don't play single player games, so like I don't understand the fascination about it. But then when you guys talk about it, like how committed you guys are, it's just
It is a commitment. I like anything open world and building your own character. I'm all about it. But then also, I guess Red Dead's the same thing. But Red Dead was also a game where it had me like playing it for years. Yeah.
Red Dead Online is sick, bro.
Red Dead Online was
Online
fun.
gets hectic, bro. Like when people just have like posses and shits, and they're just like, because there's what is it, Tumbleweed? Tumbleweed's just like where all the gangs just pull up because it's like there's nothing out there. Like cops don't really like pull up. Like there's only a certain amount. Like if you kill people, like there's only so many cops that come before cops just like start like they just don't come anymore.
Yeah, it's just literally outlaws and freaking players just killing each other.
Yeah.
Well, one thing that I really liked, I haven't played in years too, but like my brother and my cousin and 2 of our friends would play together, and we would just like posse up and do like missions. It was like GTA but cowboys.
Yeah. Oh, that's what that is.
So much
Okay.
fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Once again, I've never played. I never played GTA. I never played Red Dead Redemption. I never played. The only like solo player games I played was like Final Fantasy VII was the last game.
Like the old school one.
Mm-hmm. That was the last like solo player game I've ever played.
I've actually never played Final Fantasy VII, and also never played the Rebirth either. Remake and Rebirth.
Oh yeah.
I want to, but I can't do them, man.
Yeah,
those games are such an investment.
Yeah, the old one was sick though, because you had the disc that you had to like
multi-disc.
Switch out. Yeah, it was like 4 discs. Yeah, that shit was sick.
I could not do turn based when I was a kid though.
I think that's why I like TFT because it's kind of like that turn-based games I was really interested in. Like TFT is like mobile chess or like and so like you kind of just place your things down and that's all you have to worry about, you know. And then you got to readjust and do that stuff. So like turn-based games I was really into growing up.
No, yeah, I mean, when
I'm all about competition now though. That's what I'm all about competition. I need to find someone that's good at Pokemon Puzzle. That's really what it is.
Do you kill on Pokemon Puzzle?
I don't know what that is.
No, not Nintendo 64.
Pokemon Puzzle?
Yeah.
Nah, I don't know that one.
It's just like Tetris, but then it's like Pokemon style.
It's
but
the most
then
frustrating shit.
Well, if you're bad at it,
I am bad.
Yeah, if you're bad at it, but when you're good at it, you don't have to worry about it being frustrating. You just have to be like, okay, I can actually play with my eyes closed now.
Because we know you do play games. Like what games? Like we've talked about what you play like right now. What are your like all time favorites?
Oh, damn, you got to go to all time games now.
Oh.
Ooh.
Maybe I have to.
All time's hard. Tenchu. Tenchu's probably one of my most favorite games.
Dude.
That's so
that's
crazy.
The first. Like that's a deep cut PS2.
Yeah. What was it? The first one was on the PlayStation 1.
Yeah.
I love that one. I've ran that one so many times. I need to get it again, honestly.
I want a PS1 so bad.
Yeah.
I know we can get them, but
I was just looking for a GameCube.
GameCubes are hard to find a little bit.
Yeah,
no,
we were in LA when I saw it. It's like $140. I'm like, would I still just play this though? Like, what games would I play on it? You know, but I wouldn't play it. That's what I realized.
I mean, Muppets Race Mania, man.
GameCube's goated though.
GameCube is goated.
Like GameCube and then N64. Like those are two that's like anytime you have like people over, like I feel like
that's where you can play with everyone.
Yeah,
because I remember like you play Xbox is like okay, you play Halo 2. That's who you can play with a lot of people at your house, right?
Frenzy.
Fusion Frenzy was a go-to game though. That's the one you had to play with people.
Kung Fu Chaos.
PlayStation didn't really have too many like multiplayer games that you can like just chill with people. Like PlayStation 2 was known for the fighting games for sure.
We had a lot. I don't know. Me and my cousins like we would all bring our games together when we have sleepovers and stuff. So we had like a good assortment. I can't think of like off the top of my head.
It's just like I always remember Xbox being the one system or GameCube that you would sit down and play with your like friends or family that would come over.
You didn't have to buy the full connector.
Shrek was fucking goated on Xbox.
Shrek 2.
And then we played what was it? Simpsons Hit and Run.
No, that one's fire.
That one's fire.
Dude, that still sells. Like when people have it and they're selling it, it's like $60.
It's still brand new to them. Yeah, it's like what the hell? Yeah. Yeah, man. That's pretty crazy. Hey man, I'm sorry we went on a tangent here today, but you gotta.
I'm with it.
Yeah, you had to.
I was like, I feel like you're. I feel like he's cool with
this
it.
is us episode. He's just like, he's learning about us.
Well, Tien was like, I don't like to talk about myself. It was like, oh, you don't have to worry about that. We'll just talk all day.
Yeah, that's true. But Tien, we'd like to thank you for joining us here on the podcast. We have a closing segment where so you have your shout outs now if you'd like to shout anyone out, and then we have what we call our chef special or your chef special, free game or advice to the viewers that you've taken in life, or if you have a recipe that you go to every day, you can provide that as well.
Like for cooking?
Yeah, for cooking.
Interesting.
People just started giving
unless
us
you got
recipes.
like a design shortcut that you can tell us. That's you cooking too. That's your lab.
Design shortcut? Not really. Learn some hotkeys. Honestly, don't take advice from me. I'm a piece of shit.
He's fucking sick, dude. He's fucking sick.
He's the boogeyman, guys. Come on. He's not whatever he's saying about himself is not really it. You go look at his Instagram, you're like, okay, this guy, he gets down.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. No, man, I'm telling you, like in the world where we're in and stuff, like when people are like when we were coming up trying to design stuff, they were like, oh yeah, Tien's dope. Like, and I was like, I always saw your work, but I never had a face to it.
Mm-hmm.
You know? But I would always go into fights too, but I would never really ever see you. That's the crazy thing. I always saw Jungie or I saw Aiden, but I never really saw you.
Oh. Yeah, well, because Aiden probably started working there after I started to like ease off on like being on the floor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But shout out Jungie though. He's the guy that got me in there.
Yeah.
Low key, because I actually got interviewed for Feist like a couple years before. I didn't get the job. So I came back from New York and then I got it.
I said, "Oh, you been in New York? Oh, come in."
That's instant hire in Utah anywhere.
He's like, I went into a restroom one time in New York. New York? Oh shit!
I was walking down the street in New York. New York? That's your resume.
I watched Travel Channel in New York, and it's like New York. Oh shit!
It's like I watched something about New York. Oh, mentioning New York.
I like the Ninja Turtles. New York? Oh shit!
It honestly works, bro. Like you like I just be telling people, oh yeah, like I lived in New York for a little bit, and they're like, oh really? And I'm like, shit.
They probably think you about the shit. That's why. That's what it is. New York is like that hard style of life that you have to live out there, and people from the outside look at it, you know, and they're like, man, that's crazy. You did time in New York. That's how they look. It's like prison time, you know? Because then everyone from New York complains about New York, but they love New York. That's the one thing about New Yorkers. They love that. They love to complain about it, but then they love what New York's about.
Honestly, yeah. That's like I totally feel that.
Yeah.
Because it's like it's grimy and it's definitely a hustle. You know what I'm saying? Like you might have a day where you're not gonna eat anything except for like smoke one cigarette and have a coffee, you know, and that's like your meal for 2 days.
Yeah.
But
2 days? I thought that was just the morning. He's like 2 days, no cup of noodles, no anything. He's a serious.
Nah, it's like damn.
That's grimy as you can get.
Yeah, you're
dude.
like fuck. I'm hungry. I got one cig left. All right, bet.
It's like at least I look cool, but I'm hungry. So.
People are like, man, that guy looks cool. Smoking a cigarette, having a coffee. He's like, I'm hungry.
I wonder what he's thinking about. He's like, fucking, I wish I had some ramen noodles right now.
Yeah, that'd be some crazy shit. Yeah, if you have any advice or just free game to viewers, I know you said don't listen to you, but you know, some people want to hear just like what you've been able to do with your life and how like you've been able to put yourself in a position that you've been in. You know,
facts. I mean. Best advice I got. I mean, always ask everybody for their opinions, you know, but take it for a grain of salt.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, if they say some shit you don't like, fuck them, fuck what they say, you know. But it's like up to you to like take whatever they're giving to you and then like use it correctly. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's it. Yeah, just like listen to people, you know.
Yeah.
Or don't. I guess I said a whole lot of nothing right there.
No. It makes sense. It makes sense.
I was like, that was very Bruce Lee.
There's that is.
He did.
That is.
Use what's fucking now I'm gonna fuck up the quote. Use what's useful to you and forget the rest. That's totally not verbatim, but
it's close enough.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that.
Or you could have just been like It Man, like, give me your best 10 men.
Pause.
That was so funny. We were designing clothes, and I was like, I need to put this on a shirt. You know, like
I still want to one day.
like just a Wing Chun dummy. Fucking, we're gonna talk about that after. Maybe we can make it happen. But yeah, no. Thank you for joining us on the podcast. If you guys would like to get some work done, because I know that you have on your bio it says that DM you're always open for work.
Yeah.
So if you guys got any questions or anything, could they slide into your DMs and just hit you up?
Yeah. Just slide in the DMs.
Yeah. He might not even
for whatever reason.
Yeah. Talk about movies with him. Maybe we'll get a movie club together. We have a little movie club we're trying to get together, but it's been so hard to watch movies together because everyone's on different schedules right now.
Yeah. But we'll get it going.
But yeah, thank you, Tien, for joining us here. Everything in the description will be down below. Make sure you guys follow him, and make sure you guys please like, comment, and subscribe. We're trying to still hit the 1,000 subscribers as soon as we can. We just barely hit 900 on Instagram, so thank you guys for getting us there. Mm-hmm. But thank you guys for tuning in so far. Peace out.
And watch Passion of the Christ, because I know I do.
Mel Gibson, pop up right here.